What's going on, everybody? Welcome into Blazers Uprise Live, presented by BetUS. Today, we got, unfortunately, a Robert Williams III injury update. He'll have knee surgery. We'll talk about that. But first, we got 12 games for picks against the spread and not a ton of time to pick them. So, Eric, quickly, how you doing, bro?
I'm alright. How are you?
I'm doing good, bro. Just scrambling like always. That is my life. Hopefully you guys are having a good day. This Robert Williams news definitely brings down the day a little bit. Hopefully he's not out for, the season. But we'll talk about that. First, we got to hop into picks against the spread. Here are the standings. The Jackson and Chat are in the lead, tied at 18-9. So good job, Chat. Good job, Jackson. Eric 16-11. Jackson and Chat went 4-0 last Thursday. We had a push and two people doubled down on it. That was Trevin and Chase. I forgot to tell Chase I needed a second double down. But Trevin will be making two double downs today, and then next episode we'll just get Chase caught up by having him pick another double down. And this is what the standings look like. Two people prefer the underdogs, and it was I thought it was me, but I might have messed up that section. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Eric, let's just hop into the games. We got 12 games to pick from today. My webcam still isn't showing up on these scenes, but whatever. As far as the spreads, as far as the information on the graphics, it's all brought to you via BetUS. You can use the link in the description box below, and you can get a 125% reward bonus with a $100 deposit. So that's $125 free dollars with a $100 deposit. That's $225 that you can get in on any of the actions in any of these games. We got over-under on the graphic. We got spread. We got money line and records. Eric, first game is Philadelphia hosting the Washington Wizards, and Philadelphia is an 11-point home favorite.
All right. So in this game, we have... for Washington, looks like all three players that were on their injury list, Avdia, Gafford, and Kispert, are available, so no one listed out. The 76ers also have no one out, as Nicholas Batum, for personal reasons, missed their last game and is available to play tonight.
So I already plugged in some of these picks. 503 forgot to pick this game. There was 12 games. He picked 11 of them. So... he has until 4:10 to get me his pick. Otherwise, I'm just going to flip a coin for him right now. It's just going to be the simplest way to do this thing. Tails for him, so Sixers. I'm going to go with the Sixers as well. They've been playing really good basketball. I doubled down on them on Thursday, and it worked out for me, so I'm going to keep rolling with Paul Reed and the Philadelphia 76ers. All right, we got Mods and you, Eric, and we will be good to go on this game.
Jackson Sixers, Trevin Sixers, Zach Sixers.
Zach, Trevin, Jackson. All right.
You know what? Screw it. I'll take an island. I'm going to go
Eric,
with the Wizards.
trying to get that island. We're waiting on Connor and Aeromancer. Chat is 95% Sixers. Chat, if you're confused, Sixers have to win by 12 or more points to be the right pick. Otherwise, if they win by 10 or less, Washington's the right pick. Or, of course, if Washington wins, Washington's the right pick. So if it's Philadelphia 110, Washington 100, Washington is the correct pick. That's how spreads work. That's the minus 11. So if you see a logo and then a minus 11, that's the favorite. So Philadelphia would have to win by more than what's listed. Waiting on Connor. Connor went Sixers. Aeromancer, hopefully he's here. He's the one running the sheet, so hopefully he's here. And Chat is going with, oh my goodness, the dog paws. Chat is going with the Sixers, 89% of the vote. Arrow.
He's too busy trying to fix the sheet.
Aeromancer, don't worry about the sheet right now. Just give me your pick, bro. Or you can tag them. We got to roll through these. Sixers should win this by 25, to be honest. Yeah, we'll see, Javon. What's up, man? How you doing? What's up, Joey? 76ers should not have a problem covering. Yeah, we'll see. What's up? Crushable's in here. Says the dog sounds excited. Aeromancer will give Eric the island, and he'll go Philadelphia 76ers. All right, first island of the year, and it's to Eric, and it's with Jordan Poole and the Sixers. Game number 2. We got the Indiana Pacers hosting the San Antonio Spurs. The Pacers, I believe, are 9.5 point. Let me make sure I got that spread right, because it seems a little weird. Yeah, 9.5 point home favorites for the Indiana Pacers. Why is that, Eric? I feel like there's an injury.
Pacers have no one injured. Devin Vassell out for the Spurs. That's it.
There it is. There it is.
He didn't play last night either. Mm-hmm. Why is Zach booing my island? Didn't he usually like when people are bold? I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't get it either. So, as you see, our podcast host going with the Spurs. I am going with my San Antonio Spurs.
I'm also going Spurs.
All right, Spurs for Eric and Arrow. This might be the first clean sweep.
Nope,
Trevin
Jackson.
Spurs, Jackson Pacers.
We have islands on the first 2 games. That'd be cool.
Yeah, waiting on Connor, Zach, and Chat. So if the Pacers win by 9 or less, Spurs is the right pick, Chat. Zach going Spurs. He's embracing the hive mind mentality. And Connor is going with the... He hasn't picked yet. All right. We got Spurs for Chat. We'll move on. If I see his pick, I'll plug it back in. We can't waste time. All right, game number 3. We got the Detroit Pistons hosting the Golden State Warriors. Golden State is 7.5 point road favorites.
All right, in this one, Golden State does not have anyone listed. They did play yesterday and are usually cautious with their players, but not tonight. For the Pistons, they have Jaden Ivey, Jalen Duren, Alec Burks, Joe Harris, Bojan Bogdanovic, Monte Morris, and Isaiah Livers all out of this game.
I'm going Warriors. The picks later on in this episode are like really competitive games. The first 3 are kind of... I think the first 3 are the 3 biggest spreads. So Stephen Chase, 5-3 Crush going Warriors. I'm going Warriors. And Chat, you got your poll. Connor on the last game went Spurs. So it is a Jackson Island for the last game. So we got 2 islands to start off. 1v11s. All right. And then this game, we got 5 Warriors picks. What else do we got? We got Golden State for Aeromancer.
I'm taking the Warriors as well. Zach's going Pistons there. He already ruined his hive mind.
We got Warriors for Connor. We got Jackson going with Golden State. And we got Trevin going with the Warriors as well. Chat is going with the Warriors. So 3 straight islands to start things off. Whose island will be best? We got Zach with an island. Jackson had an island game 2. Eric had an island game 1. You love to see it. All right, game number 4.
You guys better have the guts to double down on your island.
Game number 4. We got the Dallas Mavericks hosting the Orlando Magic. There wasn't like over-under money line information for this game, but Orlando I saw listed as a 1.5 point road favorite.
It's in Orlando.
Oh, I messed up the graphic. Whoops, my bad. It's in Orlando. Orlando is a 1.5 point home favorite.
Yeah. Maxi Kleber is out for the Mavericks. For the Magic, they're without Markelle Fultz, Jonathan Isaac, Gary Harris, and Wendell Carter Jr.
Who'd you say for the Mavericks?
Just Maxi Kleber.
Okay.
I'm going to take the Mavericks.
Yeah, Mavericks for Eric. I'm also taking the Mavericks. So this game will be a lot more competitive in terms of picks. We've got Mavs for Jackson, Mavs for Trevin.
This could be pretty split.
Yep. We're waiting on Connor, Arrow, and Zach Magic for Arrowmancer. Chat is going with the Dallas Mavericks. We need Connor. We need Zach. Zach going Mavs. Connor, I'll plug back in after the fact again, I guess. He needs to catch up to the stream. All right. This is 6 on the Mavs, 4 on the Magic. Next game, we got the Miami Heat hosting the Los Angeles Lakers. The Heat are 1-point home favorites.
All right. Win this game. All right, for the Lakers, they're without Jackson Hayes, Rui Hachimura, Gabe Vincent, Jared Vanderbilt, and Jalen Hood-Schifino. For Miami, they are without R.J. Hampton, Nikola Jovic, and Caleb Martin.
Okay, I'm going Miami.
I'm also going Miami.
Crush said he refuses to pick Miami all year long. We got Lakers for Zach, Heat for Jackson. We got Lakers for Arrowmancer. And we need Connor, and we need Trevin. Connor and Trevin, let's get it. Let's go. I need to cue up some Jeopardy theme music and just have it ready to go. I still need to figure out if that's copyright on YouTube or not, or if it's free to use. All right, we got the Heat for Trevin. Chat is 50-50, so we will wait. Chat is Heat, 53% of the vote. And this could be a split vote if Connor goes Heat. Connor goes Heat. Good job, Connor. All right,
Nice.
Split vote. Next game, we got the Knicks hosting the Los Angeles Clippers. The Knicks are 1.5-point home favorites.
All right. So the Clippers looks like we're without Terrence Mann and Brandon Boston Jr. James Harden is supposed to make his Clipper debut tonight and will start. For the Knicks, they don't have anyone injured at the moment.
All right, I'm going with the Clippers. We got Clippers for Trevin, Connor, Jackson, Zach. Knicks for Arrowmancer. Chat is going with the Clippers, 83% of the vote, and Eric.
I'll go Clippers.
All right, Eric is going Clippers. Next game, we got the Nets hosting the Bucks. The Bucks are 4.5-point road favorites.
All right. So the Bucks don't have anyone injured. The Nets have Nick Claxton and Cam Johnson out of this game. Lonnie Walker is probable.
Okay, I'm going Bucks. I need to look at my text for these. plug them in for the podcast hosts. Chase is going with the Bucks. Feel free to read off the mods.
Zach, Trevin, Jackson, Eric, all Bucks.
Zach, Trevin, Jackson.
I told you.
All right. And then let me know when Connor gets his in.
Bucks.
503 is going for the Bucks. Connor is going for the Bucks.
You're going to have a Steven Island?
Steven Island, yeah. Possible. Arrow and Crush is what we need.
Crush Will says Fear the Deer, so I'm assuming he's going Bucks.
Yeah, Crush, if you could just make your picks in chat from here on out, that'd be dope. Arrow?
Nets.
Nets.
He ruins the island. Zach says Deer the Fear.
Whatever that means. Bucks for chat, alright. Cool. Arrow and Steven going Nets, everybody else going Bucks. We got Rockets hosting the Kings. The Kings are 2-point road favorites.
All right. Our next opponent in this one, Sacramento Kings are without De'Aaron Fox and Trey Lyles. Rockets are without Amen Thompson, Tari Eason, and Victor Oladipo.
Alrighty. For Crush, because I got this text right here, he went Kings. We got Sack for Zach. 503 is going with the let's see, Kings. I'm going with the Rockets, by the way. And then we got Chase going with the Rockets. Alright, and then I'm ready for the rest if you have them.
I'm Kings. Trevin Kings.
Okay,
Connor Kangs.
Okay.
Arrow Kings.
Alright. And Jackson.
Jackson. Pending.
Okay, chat is Kings. On game 1, 503 ended up going Sixers anyway, so he got that in.
Good, he didn't ruin my island.
Nope. Rockets for Jackson, cool. So me, Jackson, Chase, and Steven going Rockets, everybody else going Kings. We got the Thunder hosting the Hawks. The Thunder are 2-point home favorites.
All right, so the Hawks are without Wesley Matthews and Kobe Buffkin. The Thunder are without Kendrick Williams. Looks like SGA is playing.
Cool. I'm going Thunder. Chase is going Thunder.
I'm also going to go Thunder.
Okay, you're going Thunder, as is 503.
Screw the Hawks.
Crushables is Thunder. So no time for our mods. We got Thunder for Trevin and Arrow.
Hawks for Jackson and Zach.
Cool. And Connor is overthinking it. We got Thunder for chat. Whoops, wrong one. Connor is going Hawks, so we got another 4v8 right here. All right. Next game, we got the Timberwolves hosting the Celtics, and the Celtics are 2.5-point road favorites.
All right. In this one, we have Derek White out. Namias Krita out. And for the Timberwolves, only Jalen Clark listed on their injury report.
All right. I'm going Celtics. We got Celtics for Crush. Chase's Celtics.
I'm gonna take Timberwolves.
All right, Eric's going with the Timberwolves. We got Celtics for Mr. 503. We got Celtics for Jackson and Connor and Trevin.
I mean, I don't want two islands.
Yeah, then you have.
Which one am I gonna double?
Well, actually, I mean, if you have to double down on an island, having a couple games to choose from might not be a bad thing. Zach is Wolves, so Zach will save you. Chat is Celtics. And Arrow is Celtics. So we got Zach and Eric.
What's up, Zach?
Second to last game, we got the Bulls hosting the Jazz. And the Bulls are 4-point home favorites.
All right. In this one, we've got the injury report. It's always out of order from no injuries for Utah. Only Lonzo Ball out for the Bulls.
Okay.
So as healthy as both of these teams are going to be all season.
503 is going Bulls. Chase is going with the Bulls.
I'm going to go with the Jazz.
Eric's going Jazz.
Connor Bulls.
Connor Bulls. Crushables is going with the Bulls.
Jazz for Arrow.
Jazz for me. Wow. Chat has had some high percentages, bro.
Yeah. It's been pretty close all year, and now this...
Somebody's on birders or something. Which, please only vote once. If you have multiple accounts, don't do that. Anyway, we got Jazz for chat, and we're waiting on Jackson and Zach. I didn't look at chat. What do they got? And
Trevin Jazz, Jackson Bulls. And who else? Zach is Jazz.
Zach is Jazz. So we got a split vote. Awesome. A good old-fashioned split vote. Us down the left are liking the Jazz. All right, final game. We got the Nuggets hosting the Pelicans, and the Nuggets are 6-point home favorites.
All right, so the Pelicans are without Najee Marshall, Trey Murphy, Jose Alvarado, and CJ McCollum, who unfortunately has some more fluid in his lung. Hopefully he's okay. Nuggets are without Jamal Murray, Vlatko Kankar, and Nikola Jokic is probable. But since the late game, won't know. Yeah. But no Jamal Murray in this one.
Wonder how much time my guy Julian Strother is going to get with Jamal Murray out. So our podcast hosts go Nuggets. We got Nuggets for Trevin and Zach. Pelicans for Connor. I'm going Pelicans.
And then there's apparently Woj news on Robert Williams. Let me see what that is. I know. We'll get to that in just a second, unless it's not new news.
Yeah, Arrow, Nuggets, and who are you going with?
Oh, Nuggets. Sorry.
Okay, so me and Connor, let's get a Connor. Going Pelicans, everybody else.
It's not new news.
Okay. Double down time.
Well, you know mine.
I don't remember what your island was.
Wizards.
Okay. Wizards 4.
Oh, Shams news. Okay, that changes everything.
I mean, got like 1 minute left of this.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it after.
Yep.
Oh, I accidentally.
Woj did just say something interesting about Robert Williams, though. Okay.
No, it's bad.
You just like bang these two. Like...
I'm gonna go with the. Warriors. It was them or the Spurs for me.
Chat's double down is the 76ers at 89%.
Okay, Chat is Sixers.
Trevin is doing Warriors and Clippers since he needs 2.
Warriors and Clippers. Just make sure Arrow has that. I don't have a split graphic or anything. So.
Zach is Detroit. He's doubling down on his.
Hold on. Zach's Detroit. Okay, Bucks for Chase. Zach Detroit. And then, what were Trevin's? I'm just gonna put one in.
Trevin's were Warriors and Clippers, and Aeromancer says he got it.
Okay. Clippers for Trevin. Cool. Steven, double down on the Lakers.
Jackson Pacers.
Wow, these are all different teams so far.
Connor did Celtics, though.
That's still a different team.
No, Chase has... Oh, no, I thought Chase is Bucks, sorry.
Chase is Bucks, yeah. Different green team.
Yeah. Nice.
Okay, 503, double down on the Bucks, too.
Okay. That worked out for me the time I did.
Crushables, double down on the Thunder. I'm feeling pretty confident about picks today. We'll see how that goes.
0 for 12 for Tori.
Arrow. If I'm 0 for 12, then all of us probably do bad.
Yeah.
Arrows, double down is the only one we're waiting on. And then you can read off the Shams tweet for all the people.
Warriors for Arrow.
Warriors for Arrow. Actually, I just saw the tweet.
Yeah, well, I need to read it off, but yeah.
Yeah, need to read it off. Okay, that's double down. So that's picks against the spread. BetUS. Use the link. Get up, 125 free betting dollars. Or if you deposit more, you can get even more. If it's 200, you receive 250 free betting dollars. So get in on that. Link in the description. Okay, Eric, read the tweet.
All right, let me just see. 3150. Okay. I like to mark down when we start talking so I can put it in the comments. Yep. So Shams tweet, I'll just read it. Portland Trailblazer center Robert Williams III is facing potential season-ending surgery to repair bone and ligament damage due to right kneecap injury, sources tell me and Jared Weiss. Williams and doctors could also choose cleanup procedure with 2 to 3 month timetable. So looks like he's trying to decide between a more serious surgery that would put him out for the year or to try to clean it up and go on from there with a 2 to 3 month timetable. I'm guessing with his injury history and his knees being an issue, ultimately he'll decide on the more extensive one because he doesn't want it to keep being a problem, right?
At the same time, with his injury history, who says that's guaranteed to prevent future knee injuries? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, he's extremely injury prone, and this sucks for him. This sucks for the team.
Woj had a tweet 48 minutes ago saying Williams had been a trade target of a number of teams that hoped the Blazers would consider moving him before the February deadline.
See, so this is why I wanted to move him before the season, because he has value, but this is what I was worried about, because he's extremely injury prone. He's just extremely injury prone, and we do not have good luck with centers. Not like playing in Portland is going to lead to a more likelihood that somebody gets hurt, but it kind of feels like it. You know what I mean? It kind of feels like it. So that's why I wanted to move him before the season. People were saying, keep him. I mean, unfortunately, the dude just can't stay healthy, and, like, this thing isn't even a surprise. What's worrying about it, man, is, like, it didn't even seem bad in the moment. It just seemed like kind of just a basic tweak of the knee. Like, it didn't, it wasn't like he planted super hard. Like, it wasn't anything that looked that drastically bad, and now he's facing potentially season-ending surgery. So it sucks, man. Sucks for him. Sucks for the Blazers. If he does the 2 to 3 month surgery, then maybe the Blazers still have value around the trade deadline. It's just like, how many times is this dude gonna have to have knee surgery before teams are just like, we're not going to trade anything for him because we can't count on him to stay healthy. And as far as him as a Blazer, man, like, Blazers, in the future, if he's still part of the team as the backup center, they better find a really good third string center, because unfortunately, he's just injury prone, man. And I feel bad for him. Like, I truly do. Because he could be, defensive player of the year candidate on heavier minutes if he was healthy, but he's kind of been relegated into a bit of a backup role, due in part to the fact that he can't stay healthy, and teams are probably scared of playing him, 30 minutes a game. And it just sucks 7 games in. Like, the Blazers are completely beat up. You had Ant get hurt, Scoot get hurt, Robert Williams get hurt. Like, just, it's constant with this team. Injury issues are constant. I don't know if there's anything the Blazers can do to prevent more of these issues with their players, but it just seems like freak stuff and bad luck. And it's just really unfortunate.
According to Keith Smith, it's the opposite knee that has been a problem in Boston. So, unfortunately for him,
that's even more worrisome.
Yeah. So now it's both knees have issues. Yeah, that's not good. And unfortunately, if he was healthy, I think they probably could have gotten 2 firsts for him from a desperate team like Memphis or Oklahoma City, or some team that needed a big at the deadline. But there's still some chance of that, I guess. But even when he comes back now, I think we'll be lucky to get a first, given how many injuries he's had now. So I think this kind of puts a damper on it. And also, if you had hopes that the Blazers were going to compete for the playoffs this year, unfortunately now Moses Brown is our backup center, and I don't think a team with Moses Brown as their backup center is making the playoffs or anything like that. So
yeah. So yeah, like, Robert Williams, if he was healthy, would be such a, great player to have, like best backup center in the league type stuff, And when we got him, like, this is the type of center that Blazer fans have been waiting to have, especially when you kind of have 2 athletic mobile centers now, where in the past we really struggled to find one. So when we got him in that Drew Holiday trade, it was, people were ecstatic because they get Brogden, you get Robert Williams, and you get 2 picks. Like, value-wise, it was really, really good. But there is true downside to that deal that I feel like people just kind of overlooked, and that's why, like, when the trade happened, I said on Twitter, like, I'm not thrilled about this. I wasn't, mad or anything, and I thought the value was pretty damn good. It was just, I felt like there was some downside to this deal that was getting overlooked, and one of them is Robert Williams III and his injury issues. We're getting overlooked. Like, unfortunately, you just, can't rely upon him and his body to stay healthy through the course of the season. He can't rely on his body, unfortunately, to stay healthy through the course of the season. So, truly, truly feel bad for him. But you look at, like, he's hurt. the Warriors are 5-1, so that pick is, if they keep it up, is like between 26 and 30. Boston, I still think is going to be good 6 years down the line. Like, this trade all of a sudden doesn't look so much like a steal like it did when it first happened.
Well, I mean, that's because they chose to keep Robert Williams, though, right? So if they would have capitalized on his value, was as soon as Steven Adams went down, if they were willing to trade him, they might have gotten a steal there with 2 firsts or something, and they could have taken on like Brandon Clark or someone who's injured right now as well, or Steven Adams, and that person, when they eventually become healthy, could have had some value as well. So you could keep doing that game that OKC did for so many years, where you just keep flipping assets until you get as many picks as possible, which is what I wanted to do. But I mean, that's the only reason why he was available, though. Like, Boston's not trading him if he doesn't have knee injuries. So, fortunately, they took a risk. They took a risk by not trading him when he was healthy, and now they got to live with what happens from that. But I will say, Brogden is a guy who has also been injured over the past few years, and his value is very high at the moment. So this makes me want to trade him even more as soon as possible, because if he goes down with a serious injury, he's going to have a lot of the same concerns. He was already passed over by the Clippers this summer, because they weren't sure about his medicals or whatever. So, in my opinion, you just have to punt and realize that you already had too many injuries. Like, you tried to win, fine, whatever, but like, it's just not in the cards, right? We just have too many issues. And I think we need to keep maximizing the value. And if Brogdon gets hurt too at some point, which Madden Mobile in chat said he heard that Brogdon does have a secret injury right now. I don't know if that's true or not. So hopefully it's not. But I think if he gets hurt, that would be pretty devastating to our trade scenarios this trade deadline.
Yeah, it's just all about direction, and it's fun at the start of the season, like, let's try and win games with these players that are good, and then it's like these injuries pile up, and it's like, man, are we just completely screwed? And as far as like Robert Williams' trade value goes, maybe they couldn't have gotten back 2 firsts, because maybe a team would have been scared off by the medicals and by, like, it's hard to kind of say what his value is, because if he was a guy that was regularly healthy, I would have no doubt that the Blazers could have gotten 2 firsts for him, at least. But at this point, it's I don't even know what his future holds, whether it's a part of this team or what he gets flipped for. So, sucks, man. I mean, we just constantly get beat down by injuries every season. But that's part of the reason why, like, I was just okay with just flipping these players and getting back as many picks and playing for the future and developing the young talent, where if we get continuously screwed by injuries, well, we have a ton of assets and we're drafting at the top of the draft and we're building something special, 5 years down the line. That's really the goal right now. It's going to be a long process. Like, it's going to be a struggle. Like, I know a lot of fans, a lot of regulars have been a little checked out lately and just, not really tuned into the team, and I can't really blame them. But unfortunately, that it's just going to be a process, and all we can do is just kind of sit here and hang out and watch it play out, and hopefully this organization can optimize their future window. That's really all that it comes down to, is optimizing a window where they are actually a playoff team / contenders, and getting as good as possible when they are actually good, not being as good as possible when they're not good. Right.
And I think, we went through this for 5+ years, 6 years with Nurk almost. when you have an injury-prone big man, you need three centers. You have to have three competent centers. So when that person gets hurt, so I think this is once again a failure of Cronin's now for 2 straight seasons, to where he did not have the correct third string center. Like Drew should have been our third string center last year, so he wasn't forced to be like the starter and play so many minutes. So I think that's where, if you were trying to win this year, you needed to have insurance in case that happened. But now you're developing guys, and I don't even know if Moses is really a developmental center, and I don't have like high hopes for like, I mean, he's fine, but like he's not going to be like a rotational center. I don't think in the NBA, like he's capable of filling in, I guess, for some time. And then also there's different two-way rules about playing more than one on the same night, and we need Skylar right now. So the only thing is maybe we get that injury exception for Robert Williams.
Use it, though.
Yeah, we won't use it, but yeah.
Yeah. This is why it'd be nice to have a power forward / center, somebody that can play both. Or if you got Ayton and Robert Williams, like your backup 4 is like a Zach Collins type of guy or whatever. Or even your starting 4 is like a Zach Collins type guy, where they can swing up and fill in at the center spot if you have a backup like Robert Williams, who is injury prone. But that's kind of the problem with this team, is like we haven't had a ton of positional versatility. That's why Tamani is great, because he's average size for a power forward, and with his athleticism, like plays at the size of a power forward, maybe even a little bigger, but also can guard out on the perimeter. And his skill set, he can play the 3 or the 4, so he can swing between both depending on what you need. Brogden can play point or some shooting guard, so like he's solid. But there are some players that can swing position. Sharp can play the 2 or the 3, and in a pinch maybe can even play point guard now. But that's where it's like you're stuck with 4 power forwards that you don't want playing center. The only guy is maybe Jabari, and honestly, I'd probably go with Jabari over Moses. Like, it's kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place. But, I'd rather just say screw it and give Jabari minutes. But he's truly not a backup 5. No. Chris Murray's not a backup 5. Tamani Kamara is not a backup 5. Jeremy Grant is not a backup 5. Those are 4 power forwards that have trouble swinging up to the center position. So in this sort of situation, it's like you're either playing somebody out of position, right? You're playing a Jabari Walker at center, or you're playing Moses Brown, which is just kind of pointless at this point in time. Like, he's not a developmental piece. He's not a piece that's going to help you win. So what's the purpose, That's where it's like I would have rather tried to find an Orlando Robinson type of prospect, somebody that I wanted the Blazers to pick up all year last year, if they could. Like, there's a couple times he's a free agent. He was undrafted out of the 2022 draft. If that's your third string center, and all of a sudden he gets an opportunity, and it's a young player with some offensive talent, it's like, okay, we get to see what he has now. We get to at least have a little bit of excitement for a young prospect center that can come in and play. And you know what I just realized? You know who's perfect as like a 4-5 that's young and a prospect?
Well, the guy you wanted to draft at 23.
The guy I wanted to draft at freaking 23.
We wanted to draft at 23.
Yeah. And has upside and can rebound like a center? Leonard Miller. I mean, if we had Leonard Miller right now, I'd be like, ooh, Leonard Miller gets some minutes. It sucks for Robert Williams. Absolutely. You don't want to see him get hurt. But, on the Leonard Miller gets to play, like, okay, well, at least we get to see what he gets to do, and hopefully Robert Williams can get healthy. And if Leonard Miller balls out, then Robert Williams, when he gets healthy, we send him to a contender where he's happy and the team gets him, and hopefully he can stay healthy, for them. But instead, we're stuck with just 4 power forwards that pretty much, other than Kamara, only play power forward. That's why the Chris Murray pick made no freaking sense to me over a Leonard Miller. Just still continues to baffle me.
Well, I'm not a huge Jeremiah Robinson Earl guy, but he was just available a week ago on the waiver wire, and Pelicans signed him to a two-way. It's like a guy with some NBA experience that's still relatively young that could have played in a pinch or whatever. Yeah, so unfortunately, we don't really have a lot of options.
Yeah, so at this point, I'd play Jabari Walker as the backup 5. Maybe Chris Murray finally gets some minutes, you know? Give Robert Williams minutes to Chris Murray and run a bench where you have, like, Tamani, Chris Murray, and Jabari in at the same time and just see what the hell that looks like. Because we need shooting, and at this point, we talked about it last night, like, you might as well give Chris Murray a chance with all these injuries and see if he can become a guy that can knock down threes at the NBA level at a power forward spot, because that's desperately what we need, and that's like the one thing that he can maybe kind of do at a NBA level right now, you know? Like, there's other solid little things where he's fine in, but idealistically, the Chris Murray's a guy that's knocking down threes. Like, you know, maybe not at the rate that Keegan does, but something close to it. So I say play Jabari backup 5, give Chris a chance over playing Moses Brown.
Yeah.
Now, if you really desperately need size, then sure, fine, screw it, play Moses Brown. But for the most part, Jabari, Chris, Tumani off the bench is where we're at.
Taylor, who are you talking about?
I think he's talking about Chris Murray.
You could also be talking about Leonard Miller, but because he said earlier that what's up with you and Leonard. Oh, Murray, okay. Yeah, I think, I don't know. Part of it, though, is Tumani has been really good. And, I mean, we told you guys that Tumani's going to be, like, once Chauncey plays him, Chauncey's going to have a hard time not playing him. And he's done nothing to warrant not getting minutes. So I think a little bit is that, and then just, I mean, it came down to him and Jabari for some spot minutes, and Jabari beat him out. So I don't think it's necessarily that Murray sucked or isn't doing good behind the scenes. I think it's just Jabari's look better than him. And I mean, you can say that's good or bad, but yeah, I wouldn't mind, like you said, just giving Chris a shot, see what he can do. I mean, he might surprise you and play well in that position. But yeah.
Yep. You know who you use right now? Trendon Watford. I mean, to get us running with the bench unit, yeah. Defensively, as the backup center, he's absolutely not it. But, you know, I still don't understand why we cut him and chose Moses. It just doesn't really make sense. So we'll see what the team does from here. This news sucks, man. Like, I wanted this team to be healthy to see what they could do. I mean, they're sitting here at 3-4. They got one game in 6 days. Hopefully Scoot can get healthy. I mean, if you have any hope of this team, like, making a play-in spot, at this point especially, Scoot has to start playing like the prospect we were hoping him to be his rookie season. And, you know, I still am preaching patience with him because he's a 19-year-old point guard. Like, if he struggles all year, that's fine. You know, hopefully he just shows some improvement over the course of the season, right? But, I mean, this team needs Scoot to be a solid NBA point guard. They need Ant back as soon as possible. And, they need Scoot, Ant, and Sharp and Ayton to outplay other team starters is right. The only way this team is going to make any noise, because unfortunately what was a deep bench is now just absolutely kind of gutted at this point.
They also need to run, even if they have the injuries and are short on depth. If they're going to play small, they got to run teams out of the gym.
DeMarcus Cousins. Yeah, we could get DeMarcus Cousins. I mean, I don't know. At least that'd be interesting, I guess. Like, whatever.
We finally get Boogie after all those years.
I know, yeah. Like, I'd rather watch DeMarcus Cousins than Moses Brown. Like,
yeah.
You know. Does this make Williams just worthless in trades? Yeah, like, until he's healthy, he doesn't have trade value.
Well, especially if he's out for the year, because the only teams that would trade for him are teams because he still has 2 years left on his contract at a reasonable price. So maybe a team takes a flyer that way. But if a team's in the middle of a playoff chase or whatever and need an upgrade, they're not going to trade for him if he's out for the year. If he ends up doing the other surgery and he's back by the deadline, you can maybe still do something with him. But yeah,
Kai Jones is available.
Yeah,
honestly.
Tori.
Shout out to Braden Tennis, $2 donation. What's up, Braden? Says, I'm just waiting for Ant to come back. Love y'all. Love you too, bro. Appreciate the support that you give the channel, man. It's good seeing you in here.
Yeah.
Shout out to the regulars. Shout out to the donators. Appreciate y'all. Kai is athletic and slightly skilled.
It's crazy. Not the good kind of crazy.
I mean,
like, he's not Marcus Smart crazy. He's like, I don't know.
Can't we use a little crazy in our lives, Eric?
Yeah, but like I said, like, I don't know. Not delusional crazy. Like,
maybe he could become our Wemby stopper.
We need like Pat Bev, Marcus Smart type crazy. Like, they're crazy, but they keep it on the rails for the most part.
If all this stuff didn't happen this past offseason with Kai Jones, that would be the guy that I'd be like, pick him up now.
Well, he would have got cut.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, Tamani's got that. He's a little crazy, but he's not like...
He's not Kai. Like he's
bad,
nowhere near Kai.
He's
Jones,
not bad crazy. He's just like trying to get under people's skin and stuff. Yeah. Yeah. So it would be interesting though if we traded Brogden to a team that had some sort of big prospect. I know AJ wants Noah Clowney from the Nets. Mm-hmm. Like someone like that just to develop this year. We have a spot open now to develop a backup center behind Ayton. Might as well try to find someone like that. But, yeah. Shelvin says, Paul Reed. Can you imagine if you got Paul Reed now?
That'd be sick.
If he's not.
Although I don't know what happened to the show.
Could you possibly get switch him to Tori? Tori is the host of Out the Mud now.
I don't know, man. Yeah. Thing is his guest house is the recording spot. Yeah. So, don't know what would happen with that, but yeah, I hope. Yeah, that's the thing is with these athlete shows is like, what if they get traded? Like they're doing a show with a Sixers YouTuber that gets traded. Like, does that mean he gets traded to me? You know?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Sean says Clowney should be in the G League. I'm not sure he's ready for the NBA. Well, I mean, it depends on what we're trying to do. Like, if we're trying to develop a young center, like, why not give him minutes in the NBA? If we're trying to win, like, obviously that's not the best thing. I mean, what are we going to trade for? I don't know, Daniel Gafford or something to be our backup center right now, which I wanted to do when we were trying to win, but like I don't know if it makes a lot of sense right now.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Also, Paul Reed can't be traded. I believe it's January 15th for him too, but most of the players still that signed this offseason can't be traded till December 15th or January 15th, depending on how they were signed. And unfortunately, that doesn't help us getting a center a month and a half or 2.5 months from now. We kind of need someone we can trade now, which Brogden is eligible to be traded. Just couldn't be for someone who signed in the offseason right now.
They're on Sharp, then we have two Sharps.
Yeah.
I like that.
And then we draft Day'Ron Holmes, and we have two Dayrons too.
And then we trade for Rashawn Holmes, and we have two Holmeses too.
Yeah.
And they're all bigs.
Yeah.
They're all bigs. Anyway, I'm gonna have to run, so we'll be live again on Wednesday. I'm doing a watch party on Wednesday, like a full game watch party. It's our only game of the entire week, so I think Crushables will be on that, so just stay tuned for that. I'll have a pregame video up maybe tomorrow night, so it will be like more in advance if you guys want to check that out. As well as maybe a video on this Robert Williams thing, as well as maybe a video on the offensive lulls, because I want to make one of those. So stay tuned tomorrow for video drops. There will definitely be one, maybe two, maybe three. So follow us on Twitter. Links should be in the description, as well as the BetUS sign-up link. 125% deposit match. So if you deposited $500, you'd get matched $750. So $500 deposit on BetUS, you'd get $750 free betting dollars. Is how that works. So use that link. Also, the Hog Media Sports YouTube channel is linked in the description box below, so you can go check that out if you want to go watch the first Paul Reed episode. The next one coming up will be about a week from now, so looking forward to that. And anything else for the stream, Eric?
No, thanks everyone for watching. Have a good couple days until Wednesday, and hopefully we don't get any more bad news. We need people to start getting healthy, so hopefully Scoot plays on Wednesday, and we have some positive stuff to watch and talk about.
Yep, and if not, the next game after Wednesday is next Sunday, so it's whole week. So I wouldn't be surprised if Scoot doesn't play, but it would only be hopefully for one more game, given that they do have a stretch with 2 days off right now, and then after Wednesday's game, they have a stretch of 3 days off, so that'll be nice.
Yep.
That will be nice. Anyway.
Good luck, everyone. Picks against the spread.
Yep. Good luck to everyone. Some weird scores already today, so it's always fun to finish picks against the spread and watch the bottom ticker. The bottom ticker. I love the bottom ticker this year. It's so clean. I'm happy with my work. Anyway, we're out of here. We'll catch you Wednesday. Until next time. As always, peace out. Go Blazers.